Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Hello, folks! Welcome back to my channel. This is Days of Our Lives 60th, and today I've decided to do an episode review for an episode that was aired 21 years ago. Yes, indeed. So, the reason why I want to review some episodes is that I believe that some of them are so very memorable that they deserve to have their own reviews, despite the fact that many years might have passed, you know, since these episodes originally aired on NBC, right? But this will be episode 9738, 9738, which was originally aired on January 28, 2004. And what happens in this episode, right? So basically, this episode takes place right after Tony DeMira was attacked by the tiger, Horton the tiger, at the circus as he was about to reveal the killer's identity to the good people of Salem, as he put it so eloquently, right? Unfortunately for him, he actually a bucket of blood was dunked on his head, and he was basically mauled by the tiger. But in this episode, basically, he's rushed to the hospital. Everybody is doing better. Everybody is kind of recovering from the horrors that happened there at the circus. And basically, Marlena, John, and Hope are at the circus, but they decide to go to the hospital when they learn that Tony is still alive, basically, after it was thought that he had been killed, and that he might actually be able to make a full recovery. Bunny also, who is basically tagging along and is, you know, and likes, what was his name? Mickey Horton is basically gonna go to the hospital, and he even kind of, phonily, kind of pretends to be passing out, right? So that she's taken to the hospital. Her daughter Mimi follows. Everybody, Sean, goes to the hospital as well. Meanwhile, at the Kyriakis mansion, Nicole Walker is suspected to be the killer, and that there is a police officer there, Ruiz, I believe that was his name, who's basically guarding the house and the Kyriakis house and preventing Nicole from going anywhere, right? So this is basically how it goes, and yes, as you can hear, the birds in the background are so beautiful, really great, really, I'm looking forward to the spring. Anyhow, yes, let's go back to the episode review. So basically, yes, everybody is tense, and people are, gonna be pretty scared about what's gonna happen. And is Tony gonna make a full recovery? Lexi is basically taking care of her brother, and he's expected to make a full recovery and reveal the killer's identity, whom he suspected before he was actually attacked, right? Meanwhile, at the hospital, it appears that somebody is seen and it seems that it is some kind of a nurse, but we can actually see who it is, and that person just unlocked some storage room, and basically in there's that vial that they took, and basically after a syringe is basically used to basically you know to take this some of the content of that vial into the syringe, right? Trying to basically taking it, right? So this is basically what that individual does. That individual who is unknown, right, at this point. So basically, they are basically dragging some kind of a sample of it inside the syringe, and that person is unknown, and we actually happen to see the killer's costume, right? The hockey mask and everything, right? I believe. So it seems that this could be the Salem killer, right? And basically, as the episode goes on, this Tony is gonna regain consciousness just in time to see the person he actually suspected all along, as his words, quote, "It was you. I knew it was you. unquote. So basically, those are the following words that he's going to mention as he is confronted by the Salem killer who is looming over him. And as he says this, the camera basically, goes up, and for the very first time, we see the killer's identity. Spoiler, not so spoiler since it was 21 years ago, but the killer's the killer's face is seen for the very first time on this day, on that January the 28th, 2004, and it is none other than Marlena Evans herself. And the following words will send chills down viewers' backs, especially kind of the way it did me when I first saw this. And she basically says the following words: "You just too smart for your own good, Tony," unquote, right? Quote unquote. So basically, the killer's name is finally, revealed. Actually, we get to see who it is. And this is how the episode concludes and ends, with that big cliffhanger. And there, Marlena is holding the syringe. And it seems that, since Tony is still alive and could potentially, reveal her name, it seems that, he's about to become her next victim. So this is how the episode goes. Really enjoyed it, especially with the whole building up and the tension and the fact that we're going to be able for the very first time to know who the killer is, and the way the killer is there at the hospital is also so interesting, because up until that point, most people thought that the killer was Nicole, but since Nicole is at the house and hasn't moved, as she's seen later on, it appears that we don't know. It can be her, right? She can't be in two places at once, right? And also Marlena, at the beginning of the episode, I remember she kind of lied at the circus when she was with Doc. Basically, when she was with John, she basically lied about being somewhere where she couldn't have been, as Doc, later on, catches up on that. So basically, she kind of lied, and many people could have caught up on that, that she lied. Why? Does she have something to hide? And well, as the episode concludes, it's very clear what she was trying to hide. But it was such a shocking discovery for the time. I mean, who would have thunked it, right? Nobody would have ever suspected Marlena, especially since she herself was kind of a victim at some point, as actually with the dip. But anyhow, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. So nobody really suspected her, and it was such a shocking discovery. So really, really interesting thing to see this, happening, and to finally know who the killer is, after months of not knowing. The killer was never really revealed. And the fact that she was at the hospital at the time, and you can see her face, adds to the mystery and to the fear, factor, whatever you call it, to the mystery, to the fear, to the tension that is building up as you see this person checking in that room and then leaving the room with the syringe. And yeah, it was pretty scary. It was pretty, it was something all right. So I really thought that this was a scary scene, right? Especially with the music that is really scary that is playing at that time. And then she moves on, and basically she walks into Tony's cubicle, and the policeman who's guarding Tony's room lets her in, believing that she's just a nurse, but turns out she's the Salem stalker. So yeah, pretty intense episode. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, what about you folks? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And it was such a pleasant watch, and quite a surprise, to see the killer's name being revealed, and somebody who might have gone unsuspected for months. So thank you for watching. Goodbye. Take care. And like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. This was my review of the episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, folks. See ya. Take care.